Following the humiliating disclosure that Elizabeth Warren is 99.9% white, another report has surfaced uncovering that her precursors really helped butcher Native Americans. Amid Warren's days as an educator, she distinguished herself as local American, touting herself as the primary Native American teacher at Harvard. As supported by Michael Patrick Leahy for Breitbart News, amid Warren's 2012 senatorial battle, her choice to show herself as a minority amid her time in the scholarly world drew savage feedback from Republican rival Scott Brown. Western Journal reports, the supposition was that Warren utilized it to excel in a college domain where certain voices were requesting that ladies of shading be procured in more noteworthy numbers to enhance the workforce. Warren herself has given various reasons she chose to group herself as Native American, yet appears to have settled on the reason that, as the Boston Globe put it, a considerable lot of the female authorities of her family were passing on, and she started to feel that her family stories and history were getting to be lost. In 2012, Warren's clarification was that her incredible grandma, O.C. Sarah Smith Crawford, was Cherokee. In any case, Leahy noticed that Smith Crawford had no Cherokee legacy, was recorded as white in the census of 1860, and was in all probability half Swedish and half English, Scottish, or German, or some blend thereof. Be that as it may, if Smith Crawford some way or another idea she was Cherokee, she was unquestionably one of one self-abhorring assortment. In any case, the most shocking disclosure about the life of O.C. Sarah Smith Crawford is that her better half, Ms. Warren's extraordinary incredible granddad, was evidently an individual from the Tennessee militia who gathered together Cherokees from their family homes in the southeastern United States and crowded them into government-constructed stockades in what was then called Ross Landing, now Chattanooga, Tennessee, the purpose of birthplace for the awful Trail of Tears, which started in January, 1837, Leahy composed. The Trail of Tears, the constrained movement of the Cherokee individuals east of the Mississippi River to Oklahoma under the organization of Andrew Jackson, finished with more than 4,000 men, ladies and youngsters dead, as indicated by the Cherokee Nation site. Also, obviously, on the off chance that we can even accept Warren is right about her lineage and that this report is exact, one of the men who had an influence in it wedded her Cherokee relative. Jonathan Crawford, O.C. Sarah Smith Crawford's better half and evidently Ms. Warren's extraordinary granddad, served in the East Tennessee Mounted Infantry Volunteer Militia directed by Brigadier General R.G. Dunlap from late 1835 to late 1836, Leahy composed. While under Dunlap's direction he was an individual from Major William Lauderdale's battalion, and Captain Richard E. Waterhouse's company. These were the troops in charge of expelling Cherokee families from homes they had lived in for ages in the three expresses that the Cherokee nations had thought about their countries for quite a long time, Georgia, North Carolina, and Tennessee, he proceeded. While these automatic home evacuations were not described by boundless savagery, the recently dislodged Cherokee moms, fathers, and kids found a harsh and some of the time severe welcome when they at last landed at the quickly developed control regions. An expected 4,000 Cherokees were warehoused in Ross Landing stockades for a considerable length of time, anticipating supplies and extra-equipped gatekeepers the federal government trusted important to move them by walking to Oklahoma. Crawford wasn't one of the men who conveyed the troops to Oklahoma, yet given the final product of the exertion, something all included likely made them suspicion of it, he was absolutely embroiled in the butcher. Crawford likewise served in the battalion of Tennessee Mounted Infantry Volunteer Militia amid the Second Seminole War in 1837, a contention that finished with much more dead Native Americans, as one may anticipate. So the most ideal situation includes her having as much oppressor blood in her as mistreated. What's more, as Leahy calls attention to, that is not an unfathomably likely situation. Neither O.C. Sarah Smith Crawford, Jonathan Crawford, nor any of their 7 other youngsters, evidently ever guaranteed that O.C. Sarah Smith Crawford had Cherokee legacy. It is the ideal opportunity for Ms. Warren to freely recognize reality of her family line, Leahy finished up his report 6 years back. It is the ideal opportunity for her to concede that she has no Native American legacy that she can demonstrate, and it is the ideal opportunity for her to recognize rather, that she is likely an immediate relative of a Tennessee militiaman who clearly gathered together the predecessors of the individuals who really have Cherokee legacy, the initial phase in their constrained expulsion from the southeastern United States to Oklahoma over the long and shocking Trail of Tears. All in all, what has she done? She hasn't let it out. She hasn't remained close-lipped regarding it. It would have been significantly more brilliant in the event that she disregarded it and trusted most voters overlooked the entire thing. By and by, she held on. Can hardly wait to perceive what day 3 will bring.